Welcome to Div Tech 101, aka Black Mantle, as we discuss information technology, also known as IT. In today's episode, we're going to learn how to create an S3 bucket in AWS, as well as learning to delete an S3 bucket. And we're going to do it through the console on the AWS website, and we're also going to do it through the CLI or command line interface from command prompt as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you both of those. Let's go ahead and jump right to our content. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to log into the AWS console. Of course, you should be familiar with this if you've used it before. If not, and this is your first time, you definitely need to sign up for an account. It will require you to put in just some credit card information in case you are billed anything, just so that way you can keep up with how much that you're spending on your account. So one of the first things we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and create a bucket, and this is under the impression that you've already set up the AWS within your computer. So it does, or it do have some prerequisites that you must have taken care of first before you even get started with the command line interface. Okay, so when you sign up for that account, you're going to create your identity access management user account, and then you're going to create your access keys, ID, and your secret access key. And once you complete all of that, then you can begin to install the CLI interface itself. Now, if you're just trying to figure out if you already have it installed on your computer, what you can do is there's a simple command that you can run, which is AWS -- and then version, and that should tell you what version that you have on there. And if you don't remember if you've installed it or not, just definitely run this, and if you see that, that means you have CLI installed on your computer. So just definitely go to the AWS documentation site and do the getting started for the prereqs. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it, creating this S3 bucket. So we're going to go ahead and do a create bucket here, and this is the correct way to do it through the AWS console. So we're going to do a div tech, let's go bucket 1. All right, and we're going to choose, now the bucket names need to be, they are case sensitive, uppercase. It must not contain uppercase characters or spaces, so that's why I do the dashes. Please do the dashes, people. Do not do the underscores as the name. Just do the dashes to keep it consistent. Come up with a naming convention that's going to be good for you, and make sure that your buckets are named something that you can remember. Now, with the region, you can determine what country you're in, whether you're in Asia Pacific, Africa, the US, as well as Canada, Europe, Middle East, and South America. Depending on where you are in the US, which is what I'm going to be doing, you have 4 different options. You have your US East 1, which is going to be North Virginia, US East 2 for Ohio, then US West 1 for Northern California, and US West 2 for Oregon. Depending on your location, just select the one that's closest to you. I'm going to do US East 2 for Ohio. I'm going to leave all my other settings default in here, including the ACLs to be disabled. If this is going to be something you're going to be sharing publicly, you can uncheck this box right here, so that way it can be publicly available for people that you want. Now, versioning, I do like to turn that on, but for the sake of this example, since I'm going to be deleting immediately, I'm not going to enable that. Feel free to set up tags, as they are optional, and these will help you track your storage costs and other criteria when tagging a bucket. Leave the default encryption set to disabled, and you don't have to actually filter down in the advanced, since we're just doing a tutorial, but the object lock will prevent things from being deleted from inside the buckets, but I'm going to leave that disabled here, and just go ahead and click create bucket there. And once you do the create bucket there, then it's going to pop you off into the console, and the console itself is going to show you that your bucket is now right there. Now, what we're going to do as well is I'm going to go pop over to the CLI interface, which is the command line interface, and I'm going to create that S3 bucket here. So what I'm going to do is do AWS S3 MB for make bucket, and then we're going to do S3 // And then I'm going to do the bucket name, and I'm going to do a similar one that I did for here. I'm going to do div tech dash bucket 2. And I'm doing this for a reason because I'm going to actually delete the bucket number 1 through the console, and I'm going to delete bucket 2 through the CLI interface. So you can see that my bucket there is made. So I'm going to then refresh the screen here. And I should see 2 buckets, div tech dash bucket 1 and div tech dash bucket 2. So there we go. We see both of those buckets there with the timestamps accordingly. So I'm going to go ahead and delete bucket 1 by clicking the radio button to the left of that and clicking delete. Now notice when we deleting through the console, it makes us type in the name here just for security purposes to make sure that we are not a robot. Bucket 1. And once you confirm the name, then the button's going to light up. Go ahead and click delete bucket. Voila, the bucket has been deleted. Now through the CLI interface here, since we did the make bucket, can you think of what the command would be to remove? AWS S3 RB for remove bucket. S3 :// div tech dash bucket, and then we're going to do 2. So did y'all catch that? All right. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter, and it should spit back out. Remove underscore bucket. Okay, so let me go back here for a second. Make sure I've got this right. AWS S3 RB S3 :// div. I see what I did wrong. I did div tech. There we go. I knew that kind of looked a little bit longer there, but I didn't quite catch that. And so there we go. So it went ahead and removed that for us. I want to CLS for clear screen. I'm going to minimize this right here. And then if I refresh this screen, you all, it should give us the div tech bucket 2 should be removed. So we should see that accordingly here in just a second. All right. So it looks like here that it removed that for us. So I think we got a pretty good thing going on here. Now you can also, as well as when we create these buckets here, you can also move them as well. So we'll do another video on that shortly. But I hope that you like today's content on how to create and make and delete a AWS bucket, and as well we'll get into some more videos of some of the other features. Like, listen, subscribe. Div Tech 101, aka Black Mantle. Look forward to bringing more content to you soon.